Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what are people realizing about you. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your pile selection, I'd just like to thank and give a quick word to my sponsorship, Keen. I started to feel like me and my partner have gotten a bit disconnected in our relationship, so when the Keen sponsorship came along, I thought it would be a good time to get a reading from one of their tarot readers. I asked about the future with my partner, and she predicted that our relationship would deepen through the upcoming months, and while receiving the reading, I couldn't see how, but when time came to pass, I could start to see what she said about our relationship was true. Last year, we dedicated a lot of energy into our careers, so we barely had any time to spend together as we were busy most hours of the day. So we planned ahead to take a break. It allowed us to spend more time and to be in each other's presence. We got to connect and get closer to each other again, just like the reader predicted. Ever since her prediction came true, I realized we need to make quality time a priority. And since then, our connection and bond has only gotten stronger and grown. We found our way back to each other and strengthened our connection again, so what she said definitely resonated with what happened. The love reading I got was very beautiful and sweet, and every detail mentioned was accurate and actually made sense. So I'm grateful for Keen for providing such good readings and gifted psychics, and would definitely recommend their readers to anyone. So if you would like to know more about your life or anything in general, Keen connects you with talented psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers like myself, who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can always get a reading whenever it suits you. All you have to do is create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. These readers all have their own unique specialties and gifts, so whether it be about your love life or what to do next in your career or just life in general, they are able to provide a deeper understanding of your situation and how to navigate it from there. You can choose whichever reader best suits your needs, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. It's always best to get a personal psychic reading if you'd like more accurate information on your situation, because it is directed only to your energies. Now here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 5 minutes for only $1. Go to trykeen.com/psychicsciencetarot or click the link in my description box to receive a discount on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this partnership opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychicsciencetarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your pile selection, for pile number 1, we have the crystal Citrine. For pile number 2, we have the crystal green Aventurine. And for pile number 3, we have the shell. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose the citrine crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what are people realizing about you. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before I get started with your reading, I'd just like to announce that I am going to be available for personal readings next month. I'm only going to have a limited amount of space throughout the month, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So I've already pre-shuffled your tarot cards. Since you chose from the oracle cards, we're going to use that and look at that in the middle of the reading. So the tarot cards you have here are the 10 of spirals and 7 of spirals. So that is the 10 of wands and 7 of wands. Then we have the Queen of Cups, the 2 of wands, the 3 of cups, the Page of swords, the 5 of swords, the Hierophant, the King of swords, 7 of swords, Knight of swords, the High Priestess, 9 of wands, the Chariot, and the Hanged Man. I've noticed we have a lot of swords energy here, so there's a lot of air sign energy in this pile. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have a lot of Pisces here. Definitely a lot of Pisces, Cancer, as well as Scorpio. And then I also feel Aries and Taurus here. So those are the zodiac signs I see. If it does not resonate, it's okay. We're still going to get some more messages. I think the basis of what I'm seeing here has to do with your intuition with the High Priestess. Something about your intuition always being right and correct. You being able to see a challenge before it becomes a challenge. So I'm almost getting a sense like, in those movies where a person has a strong intuition and then they always end up right about something that seems like it wouldn't happen, and they see a vision and then people kind of like don't take them seriously at first, but then when it happens, it's like, whoa. I see something along those lines here. I'm getting with the Knight of Swords opposite the Seven of Swords. People may have always assumed in the past that you jumped to conclusions quite quickly, or that you were quite distrustful of people in a way where you didn't like trust them, you didn't give them a chance. But your intuition always proved them right. So let's say you said something about a person to a group of people or to a specific person, that this person, you don't trust them, you don't trust their vibe, or you just warned them about something, a challenge that was going to happen before it happened. And it happens very quickly with you with the Knight of Swords. Like, let's say you just meet a person and straight away you're able to tell what their intentions are, what type of person they are, etc. And it turns out when people don't believe you, you always end up right. So what people are realizing about you is that you have strong discernment skills that are tuned up to 100. You have strong intuitive abilities too. Whether you are open about that or not, people are just viewing it as either you're very intuitive or you're very wise with the Hierophant, or you just know how to read people's body language or suss people out, feel out the vibes or the energy, or they just think you're very intelligent when it comes to people and knowing who they are. Also with the owl here, this also represents wisdom on the King of Swords. So there's a lot of wise energies here. People are realizing how wise you are for your age, because I feel like you're a lot wiser than what most people are in your age group. I'm getting a message that won't resonate with everybody, but with some people here. So I'm seeing some of you had a group of friends or certain people around you that you had some kind of falling out with, right? And these people were gossiping about you, spreading rumors about you. They were basically speaking bad on your name, projecting onto you, being in a victim state is what I hear, and making you seem like the bad guy. But now people are realizing you're not the bad guy in the situation, like they made it seem you out to be. And there's a change here in your reputation, in the way people are perceiving you, in the idea of you, right? So there's this feeling here of these people that spoke bad about your name, actually getting their karma. But there's also this feeling right now of them being outed to the world in terms of their reputation, where things are turning around, because I heard Spirit say, oh, how the tables turn. So people are realizing that those people that wronged you really wronged you in a way that was not okay, yet pinned it on you and made you seem like the bad guy. And with the Queen of Cups here, people are realizing that you're a very sweet person. I hear that you're a giver. You love to give with all your heart. You really devote yourself to those you love. And you choose them as the only option you want in your life. You make them feel special. You make them feel seen, heard, recognized, and valued. So that is what people are realizing about you, that you're so compassionate and empathetic, that you have such a big heart. But maybe you've been around people that haven't exactly had the same heart as you or the same intentions as you. So people are realizing that you've learned from these situations. You've learned to develop your own sense of self-worth and self-trust within discerning people, within figuring out who is right for you and who's not. Kind of like seeing the red flags in people before they hurt you. So I think your discernment skill, going back to that, is very on point right now. You've learned a lot of lessons from the things you've been through in life. I feel like people are realizing that you've been through a lot in life, that you've carried a lot of burdens on your back. Originally, they hadn't thought that you'd been through anything, but now they're seeing a different perspective of you. They're seeing you in a way where they're seeing you more up close. It's almost like that feeling Spirit showing me of seeing a person from afar but not fully seeing them, and then seeing them up close. And Spirit is showing me, seeing a person from a camera that is, I don't know what the word is to use. A camera that is like a low quality, that is quite dusty, doesn't take proper visuals. I don't know how to describe it. And then a camera that is quality, like HD, where you can see the person clearly and every little feature on their face. So Spirit is showing me going from that to that. So people are seeing you in more of this HD perspective, if that makes sense. People are almost seeing the real you come out to the surface. So that is very interesting. And they're realizing that you're very protective over your peace right now, over your heart. You may have done some inner child healing for some of you. And I'm feeling as though some of you have Reiki healing abilities, or you can do Reiki healing, which is quite interesting mentioning that. Let's get your oracle card. This was the oracle card you had that you chose. Healing Earth, the power to give and receive healing. I wasn't even looking at this, and then I felt the energy of Reiki healing. So maybe some of you are actually going into a path of Reiki healing, or you could be very good at bringing healing to others, right? I feel like people are realizing your spiritual gifts and abilities and how powerful they are. And a lot of it was you taking the lessons out of your own pain and alchemizing that to wisdom, to something that can help and heal others, not just only yourself. So again, people are realizing how powerful you are in terms of your spiritual abilities and gifts, and how much of a superpower that is. Because I'm literally seeing like superheroes in my mind. So that's what I see here. So before we continue with looking at the rest of your cards, in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy my videos so far and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to everybody that has been supporting me. Your support means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to everybody that watches my channel. I really cherish you and appreciate you. So I'm now shuffling your oracle cards. I'm also getting people are recognizing your talents right now, the things you're good at, the things you're meant to be seen. And I almost feel like the message that people may have been distracted in the past in terms of looking at you. Not that they weren't looking at you, not that they weren't noticing you or recognizing you, but you know that saying where it's like people don't fully think about us. They're thinking about how other people perceive them. They're more so thinking about themselves and their own lives. So they're not looking deeply into you or into anybody per se. And I think part of that was your protection, because I'm seeing the number 444. Part of it was to protect you from others, where others didn't fully see your gifts, fully see your talents, because maybe they would have tried to bring you down. Because I'm seeing a plant, right? And when we first plant a seed, it's in what I perceive as its most fragile state, because it's still growing, it's still a seed, and then it's growing a little bit, but we can almost like pull it out and I don't really know gardening, but we can almost like pull it out and stomp on it before it grows. So it's almost like Spirit didn't want other people to see the side of you at first until you fully grew into it, until you fully developed it in a way where you're grounded within that gift, where nobody can tear you down or make you feel like you don't have that gift or talent. Does that make sense? So that's what I see here. It is 10:10 on the clock, and people are realizing that you're entering a new beginning, a reset within your reputation, within the way people see you. And you've been through a huge rebirth because death and rebirth is at the back of that other tarot deck, this tarot deck. So people are realizing that you've been through a huge transformation, and that transformation has brought you growth, has helped you ascend in miraculous ways. And people are kind of feeling like miracles are either about to enter your life or they have already. I'm also getting a glow up here because the sensuality card is popping out. So people are maybe realizing that you get more sexier by the day. The more wise you get, because it says feminine wisdom, passion. The more wise you get, the more you get to know yourself, the more you start to feel like you and kind of like build up your image, the more sexier you get. I also heard vulnerability. So people are realizing that you're more open to being seen within your vulnerability, because that vulnerability can bring healing to others in terms of sharing what you've been through. So we have grateful optimism with joyous view of the future. We have idyllic times with the garden and paradise. I feel like with the garden and paradise, I feel like you're kind of creating your own paradise. I'm seeing you take things out of your life that you no longer want, that no longer add to your life, and readjusting that, adding new things and taking out things. Do you see the owl here again? So owls may be significant. Then we have portal with infinite mind and awakening consciousness. So this portal card confirms what I said earlier about you going through a reset, a new beginning. Complete new beginning where people literally see miracles entering your life and people literally see you gaining lots of blessings from creating your own reality, creating your own paradise, as well as stepping into sharing your gifts with the world. That's what I see here. Or sharing your talents with the world. And people are very optimistic to see where that brings you. Do you know when people watch like a game, like a sports game, and they're watching so closely to see what happens next, to see who wins? It's kind of like people are looking at you like that and cheering you on. Also, in the beginning of the reading, I almost saw people looking at your life like a movie with popcorn in their hands because they're so interested and intrigued in your life. Like your life kind of seems like a movie. You kind of seem like you're stepping into this main character energy. And remember, everybody's the main character of their own life. So I don't know. I'm feeling that energy like people are looking at your life quite intensely, waiting to see what happens next, what level up happens next, because you have clearly been leveling up on your own, constantly shifting, constantly improving aspects of you and your life. And so people are wondering, whoa, if pile number one can transform this much in such a short span of time, it seems quick to them, but to you, it's taken a lot of inner work and kind of like reflecting on your life. And my stomach just growled weird, but I just saw 555. So maybe you had to realize what you wanted to change in your life, what you were hungering for, because I'm not actually hungry. So what you were desiring, okay, in order to transform. And I just noticed the butterfly here. Okay, what else am I getting? Okay, people are realizing that maybe in the past you doubted yourself, you had a lot of anxiety, you were scared to be seen by others, maybe scared to be noticed, or scared to be invisible. Take it as it resonates. I'm also getting maybe people are realizing that the people that were in your life caused you massive spikes of anxiety within your life that you're now healing from, that you're now releasing, where you're more protective of yourself. You're more discerning of who you let into your life, like I said earlier, but I'm kind of seeing it like Spirit is showing me the plastics from Mean Girls when they're like, you can't sit with us. So you're very much like looking at who you bring into your life and who you don't. You've healed a lot within your self-worth. And I'm hearing a plane go by with the Chariot card here. Maybe some of you, people are realizing that you have a want for travel, or to see the whole world, or to be seen by the whole world for your talents and gifts. What I was saying there was basically you've been healing your self-worth. You've been realizing that you're worthy of more. That, okay, if I desire more within my relationships, I am allowed to desire more. It's not something where I have to feel ashamed of desiring more. Because one thing I've realized within my own life is sometimes in society, it's like we get, I don't know what the right word to use is, maybe shamed for wanting more, maybe within our relationships or our life. And people almost have this belief that you should just settle for what you have because it's good. That you're kind of like ungrateful for wanting more. But the thing is, you've been working hard to get more, to earn more, whether that be financially or to earn more value in your life. And that hard work is paying off. And you are allowed to desire the things you desire because they are part of your future. They're part of what you are meant to experience. So I'm hearing the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And I think that is some people viewing it in a way where they're kind of like, they view it in a very different perspective, that every situation can have its con of its own. Like, for example, let's say I'm wanting a new job and I really want this new job. But then I get there and I'm a little bit disappointed because I had these expectations of something bigger. Or I see some things within that job that I don't really like, but some things I do like. And then at other jobs, it's the same. Like, there are some things I like, some things I don't like. So some people are viewing it in a more realistic perspective, in their opinion, where they're viewing it like every situation is not perfect. And while I agree with that, yes, you are also allowed to make your life better, where there are another group of people that are viewing it like, yes, you deserve better, go towards that. They're kind of like cheering you on in that sense. So this is what I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this green aventurine crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what are people realizing about you. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce that I am going to be available for readings next month. So if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. I will only be having a little limited amount of space available, so that will be throughout the month, okay? So I have already pre-shuffled your cards. We're going to use that oracle card that you chose towards the middle of the reading. So we have the Companion with the King of Spirals, King of Wands. We have the Six of Stones, which is the Six of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Temperance, Three of Wands, Five of Pentacles reversed, Five of Cups reversed, the Ace of Swords, the Tower, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and last but not least, Judgment. So Spirit is telling me to look at the major arcana first. Okay, so we have 3 major arcana cards here with Judgment, the Tower, Temperance. So with Temperance, the first thing that's sticking out to me is this white bright light that is kind of emanating from his aura, as well as his angel wings. So people may be realizing how innocent you are, how much of an angel you are here on earth. Maybe some of you have even lived incarnations, lives as angels in past lives, which I've personally seen in personal readings, past life readings, where we can be like a celestial being in another realm. So remember, we as humans have human bodies, but we are multidimensional. So I literally feel that maybe you could have had a past life as an angel in some way and helped people when they were going through bad times, maybe protected certain humans on Earth. That is what I see there. I'm getting a weird message from your spiritual team where I know we're doing a reading on what people are realizing about you, but I'm seeing your spiritual team is realizing that, well, they know this, but they're realizing it now by seeing it in you. They're realizing that these gifts you have as a past life angel still reside within you within this lifetime as a human on Earth, where you can almost be like that Earth angel to others. They're seeing it in reality through you. Even though they knew that could happen, but it's like they're seeing it happen within you. So that is something I see there. I also felt a sacral chakra release. So something within the womb space for the woman here, or just within the sacral chakra, because we all have a sacral chakra. And I feel like for a lot of you, a lot of pain or trauma resided there that you are currently releasing. So the sacral chakra relates to our sensuality. It relates to, our confidence, the way we view ourselves in our body. The light just flickered there. I don't know if you saw it. So I don't think I even have lights on. I just saw a flicker of a light flash. So maybe you are viewing yourself and your body in a very different way, healing your perception of self. You may be drawn to pile number 1. If you were, I highly recommend you watch that because I do see some similarities here. But if not, it's okay. I feel like you're getting comfortable with your humanness. I'm almost getting the sense, as I look into the mirror, I see some of my perceived flaws and realizing how beautiful they are, how they coincide with nature and with the divine and the universe and God, whatever you believe in, and how we were made perfectly. Although we may sometimes in our human nature perceive ourselves as imperfect, we were made perfectly from the divine, from God, from the universe, whatever you believe in. I'm almost being taken to, like, with the lightning here. Like when you look at your body and you see veins and it reminds you of lightning. Or you look on your fingers at the kind of like fingerprints you have and it reminds you of a tree trunk. So it's almost like people are realizing that you're changing your perception of self, healing your perception of self. Learning to love your humanness, learning to love your perceived flaws or perceived insecurities. That message may not resonate with everybody, but I see it for some. There's an alchemization of your pain and trauma happening here with Temperance opposite the Tower, where you're harmonizing it, bringing it harmony. I'm seeing some of you alchemize that pain through different methods. So I'm seeing some of you paint and alchemize your pain through that. Bring your pain a different meaning through that. Or I'm seeing some of you write or journal or write poetry, something artistic for some of you. And people are realizing how you're putting that pain and you're creating inspiration out of it, creating healing out of it. And when other people would be able to look at that for the artistic people here, they'd also be able to find healing through that, see a different perspective through that. So if you're not artistic, it's okay. We'll get more messages. Judgment here makes me feel you've been releasing whatever does not sit right within your spirit. Because it almost seems like her soul is leaving her body. And I'm getting the sense some of you have had out-of-body experiences, or near-death experiences. Specific message for somebody here. And people are realizing that like God or the universe saved you in some way. And I'm getting that like, yeah, you're releasing whatever doesn't sit right with your spirit. Even if it doesn't disappoint you. Even if there is no valid answer to what doesn't fit. I'm almost seeing as I look at this key and the keyhole, it's like, you know, when you use a certain key and it doesn't fit in the door, and you can try force it, but it won't open that door. So we have to find the right key. So it's almost like people are realizing that you are allowed to release whatever doesn't sit in alignment with you. It doesn't have to be that there's something bad or wrong with that person, or something bad or wrong with that job, or whatever this is. If it doesn't fit with you, if it doesn't sit right with you, if it's not in alignment with you, you don't feel the need to open up that door. And even if you did, you wouldn't be able to force that. So I'm seeing something along those lines of what people are realizing about you, that you're allowed to walk away from things, from seeing it within you that just aren't in alignment with us. It doesn't mean that something's wrong with it, but it just means it's not it just means it's not in alignment with you. I'm getting tongue-tied here. So, what else? People are realizing how grounded you are right now. Maybe you weren't always a grounded person, but you seem to be finding more grounding, more of a sense of peace and safety and security within you and your own body, feeling safe on this earth. Feeling safe on this earth, learning to calm the mind down. Grounding yourself, rooting yourself into the earth. I feel this strong connection to Mother Earth. I don't know why these spiritual messages keep coming through. This must be my very spiritual pile. So people are almost like looking at you as if you are almost like an embodied version of Mother Earth, if they are spiritual. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying that we are Mother Earth. I'm not saying that at all, or like we are a specific deity. I just mean you resemble certain qualities that she has. People are realizing how nurturing you are too, how much of a kind person you are, how generous you are with the Six of Pentacles here. And you're always generous with people you love, as well as strangers, acquaintances. You're somebody that has a helping hand, I hear. You're always wanting to help people around you. So before we take a look at the rest of your cards, I just want to say in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy my videos so far and would like to stay up to date with what I post daily, hit the subscribe button to not miss out. Thank you to everybody that has been supporting my channel. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you so much love and gratitude. Yeah, I'm getting that you are taking your pain and transforming from it with the butterflies here. I feel like in the past, people realized how the pain you've been through, the things you've been through in life affected you mentally, where you seemed like you were always on edge, where you seemed like you were always calculating your next move, like in a way where you're always like overthinking things and calculating in your mind, if that makes sense. But now your mind seems more at peace. You see more in the flow of life, like you're not trying to calculate everything, or force or control everything. You're almost giving free rein to the universe to almost like decide for you. And it's not in a way of being indecisive. It's in a way of like, whatever is meant for me will find me. And I'm at peace with surrendering to that, with not trying to force or control things, but just allow whatever life wants to be, if that makes sense. So you're having divine trust and surrender within the universe. People are realizing that Your past may not affect you as much as it used to. You're finally releasing and letting go of it because we see a burning bowl ritual here. And I feel like you're working with aspects of your higher self, your lower self, your shadow self, your inner child, working together. Like Spirit is showing me a project, the project of healing yourself. Okay, interesting. Transforming yourself, regulating your emotions, I hear. So we have building your world as your oracle card with the number 33 on that. The number 33 or 333 could be significant to you. It says creation, expansion, networking. I'm going to shuffle some more oracle cards off camera. I'm getting a message from this Eight of Cups, how there's like something in the reflection here, almost looking like her. So I'm getting this feeling of people from your past with the Six of Cups watching you leave them and never come back. Having the realization that they'll probably never see you again, because I'm hearing a song by Kali Uchis that's like, can I get a kiss and can you make it last forever? I said I'm about to go to war. I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. So I heard, I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. So people from your past are realizing that it may be over for good. There may be no second chances here. And people are also realizing the people you've walked away from, you had every right to walk away from that. The things you walked away from in general, you had every right to walk away from if it just wasn't bringing you the kind of happiness you wanted. And I actually feel the energy of heartbreak and pain. So maybe people are realizing how these people hurt you or how these situations hurt you, and you have every right to leave that behind and move forward to bigger and better and not stay stuck on the past in your mind. You know what I mean? Look for different companions now that better suit what you are looking for, that fit the mold, fit the key of what you're looking for, the life you want to build, the life you want to create. Since you chose the green aventurine crystal, I believe that a lot of people always viewed you as extremely lucky. And you are very lucky. I see that within your aura. But the thing I want to say here is it's more of like this childlike bliss of happiness. Like, you know, like when I'm happy, when I'm in alignment with the universe, when I'm in flow, when I'm not trying to force, when I'm not struggling against the flow of life, 444 on the clock, on the timer, sorry, 1444, then I am basically protecting myself from what is not meant for me. Because when I try to force or struggle or, yeah, like I said earlier, force the key to fit the hole and to like kind of turn the door when it doesn't, then I am basically trying to create something that isn't in alignment with me. But when I, you know, tap into that feeling of inner child happiness and joy and trust within the universe, like they're my parents and they will provide for me and they will help me build what I need to do. Just like when a kid is putting away their toys and mom helps with putting them away. I'm kind of seeing that. Or like when a kid wants food and their parents bring them food, they always trust that they will be provided for. It's almost like Spirit wants you to look at the universe as a parent that provides for you and to trust that whatever you need will be brought to you, that you won't be disappointed. And what I'm basically trying to get to here, the point I'm trying to make, I just saw 1555, is people are realizing that you can create change in your life by living in the moment, by accepting the experiences you've had right now and not trying to change them, because we can't change the past. People are realizing that you may have seemed very lucky, but you've actually been through a lot. But you are also lucky in a way where you're going to use that luck to bring you clarity on what you actually do want and to help you expand towards that, build towards that in co-creation with the universe, where the universe supports your expansion and supports you by bringing you that companionship you desire or that you want. So some of you are already in a relationship or have that type of companion with you, and people are realizing that this connection has structure, that it has a foundation where it can last, and the generosity you give each other helps the connection grow. But they may also be realizing either that this love is real and they aren't saying that to you, but they're realizing it, because I feel an energy within my throat chakra, or they're realizing that you two may not speak about it to the whole world, but the love is there. You may not like brag about it to the whole world, but the love is there. So that's something I see. We have twin flame, soul partner, eternal connection. So some of you are in a twin flame connection, or believe in twin flames, and like maybe people are realizing, or if you believe in soulmates, I'll just say divine connections for this reading. Maybe people are realizing that you're either in a divine connection with a soulmate or a twin flame, or people are realizing that maybe you're somebody that believes in it wholeheartedly, that you can attract a divine love to you. So they're realizing the power of that, like the power of true love and how true love can exist. Soulmates can exist. Maybe you're showing them that. Twin flames, whatever you want to call it. We have circle of joy with timelessness and dance of life. I feel with dance of life, you're kind of like, dancing with life, going with the flow of life, finding your internal joy where it becomes eternal. Because when we look for joy in other people or other things outside of us, it is not long lasting. But when you find your joy within, and you kind of just dance with life and allow life to be, allow life, the wind to take you where it needs to take you, almost. I think Lexi the Leo almost says like, let the water or the ocean take you where it needs to take you, but I heard let the wind take you where it needs to take you. Then you can kind of dance with life and see the enjoyment and the fulfillment of life, and see almost like the art that it's showing you through what your life is showing you. I hope that makes sense. Spirit is almost showing me like your life as an artwork. Like when somebody dances and they show a story through that, they're showing me that. People are also realizing how much you've grown. There's something here about coming back full circle to a moment in the past and being completely different. So, say for instance, in the past, let's say, maybe you had so much emotions towards someone from your past, as an example. It doesn't have to resonate, but I'm just going to use this example as an example, okay? So let's say you always hoped for this past person to come back, but now at this point in your life, you've healed so much that you're no longer even attracted to people like that, where if they were to come back, you would make a completely different decision. So you've had like a full, is it 180, 360 turn? I don't know the right word to use, but like you've had a full circle moment where you've completely changed and gone in a different direction than what you originally thought you would. So I feel like a message that's coming through is you have never truly lost anything. The things you have lost in life, be thankful for them, be grateful for them, because they are actually making room for the blessings that are meant to come in your life. That's what I see here with loss and lack, fear victimization, and harvest with gathering of blessings. So whatever leaves your life, be thankful for it, because maybe that was not meant for you in the first place. Maybe it was going to give you problems later on that you never knew about. So be thankful for it and know that it is bringing in more powerful blessings. Know that whatever is taken from you, it's a blessing from your angels. It's like divine intervention to help you to be in alignment with the path you are meant to be on. where you'll be more blessed in that situation, but you may have an attachment to that thing you want that is out of alignment. So I don't know why that message is coming through, but maybe that's what people are realizing about you. Like the things you were very attached to, it was actually a blessing that it left your life, a blessing in disguise, because now you're bringing in much better. So this is what I have for you. I just saw 222. I really hope this reading resonated with you, pile number 2. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this shell, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what are people realizing about you. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started, I'd just like to announce that I am going to be available for readings next month. So if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. I'm only going to have a limited amount of space throughout the month, so book while you still can. So let's get started with your reading. I have already pre-shuffled your cards. We're going to start with your tarot, and then we're going to take a look at your oracle cards. What's really sticking out to me here is this forest and the forest here. And the backs of these cards had like foresty details, which I was very drawn to for all 3 piles. So interesting synchronicity. So you have the companion with the King of Spirals, King of Wands. We have the 7 of Scrolls with the 7 of Swords, 2 of Mirrors with the 2 of Cups, the King of Wands again from the Light Seers Tarot, 10 of Swords reverse, 5 of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Pentacles again, Queen of Pentacles, sorry, not again, the Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Moon, the 5 of Cups reverse, Page of Pentacles reverse, 2 of Cups reverse, 9 of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Emperor reversed. Okay, so 2 of Cups came up twice. This is letting me know that people are realizing something about your love life or the relationships in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, right? But something about the relationships you've had. That is a big theme I see here for most of the energies here today. Okay, so it's just mostly about your love life or your relationships in general, like I said earlier. So what Spirit wants you to do is take this with a grain of salt, because when other people look at us from the outside into our relationships, they may not be seeing the full big picture, right? Spirit is showing me, you know, when you have a puzzle and you have a few pieces missing and you can't see the full picture? Same thing with people looking into our lives, or when we look at another person's house from the outside, we may not be able to see each and every piece of furniture there is when we are just looking from the window, you know? So it's kind of like, take it with a grain of salt, but I'm going to mention what people are realizing. So it may not fully be the truth, but this is what other people's perspective of this is, okay? So with the 2 of Cups here, they're realizing that there is a connection in your life where you and this person are extremely similar in ways, since we see 2 swans almost making a heart and mirrors on these swans. So you and this person may be sort of like a mirror aspect of each other. For some of you, I'm hearing opposites attract, whereas most of you watching this pile, there is a feeling of you two being extremely similar, so much that it's uncanny. I feel the message here that with the King of Wands and Queen of Wands, you are like either literally the same person in different bodies, almost to other people, or like you have some differences, but also a lot of similarities in ways. And the way other people are looking at this connection is, okay, this is not going to be an easy message to give or hear, but I'm seeing it. So I'm seeing something about you cleansing this person out of your life. there may be some aspect of you, or at least this is what people think, right? They think that there's some aspect of you that still wants to have this person in your life, that still wants to give this a chance, has a wish here of being with this person. And it would really feel like a blessing to you if you had this person in your life. Okay? But there's another aspect of you that feels as though you're worthy of more. That feels as though this, or at least this is what people think of you, of this connection, that this is not for you, at least right now. It's not to say that this won't be for you in the future, or that it will never be for you. I was talking to Pile 2 and I see a similar message here, but not a similar energy. So maybe this is a collective thing happening, where people are realizing what is in alignment to them and what isn't. So we spoke about a key going in a door, right? And how you can take a key that doesn't fit in the door and it won't open, even if we struggle, even if we force. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. And in your pile, Spirit is showing me a puzzle piece that doesn't fit together, at least right now. It doesn't mean it won't in the future. So there's this feeling of letting go of what isn't in alignment with you. And there's a bird outside really loudly. So I don't know if there's like, if this is something, it reminds me of that quote, like a birdie told me. Maybe this is like something going through the grapevine where people are talking about this connection very loudly. If so, I see that. And they're saying that this person, isn't like for you, isn't in alignment with you. I don't know why people are thinking like this is not a good match for you. But I'm seeing that with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. This could be true, this could be not true, this could be their own perception. But it's almost like they're realizing that you deserve way better. That you're worthy of more, because it's almost like they're looking at this connection from the outside perspective, like this person doesn't give you what you want. This person may be very closed off emotionally, or at least that's how they perceive this person. And they're viewing this person as like, they have similarities to you, you have love with them, but they're not open with you emotionally or vulnerable with you emotionally. And so they believe that you deserve somebody that is able to meet you on a deeper emotional level. With the Two of Cups being reversed in this card, I'm almost looking at the rainbows and how it looks like it's going into their hands. And it kind of looks like the way I perceive auras. So I can see auras. It is 11 right now on the clock, so confirmation. I can see auras, and what I usually see with people's auras, it can change, with certain emotions. It can change over time depending on what you're doing often. So for example, I have a green aura, but sometimes when I do a lot of readings, my aura goes a little bit purple because I'm connecting a lot to the intuition, to the third eye, crown chakra. So that's an example of the energy. I've seen some people where they have like a pure white aura, and then maybe they're very in love that day and the aura will turn pink. So sometimes our kind of aura can change based on the emotions of that day and then go back to usual, like a reset. And then sometimes when we're hugging people, when we're around people a lot, sitting next to them, feeling a certain emotion, the aura of the room can change too, where our auras will merge with the room, with the emotion. I hope it's not confusing to hear, but think of it like this. Let me give an example. Let's say blue aura and green aura sit next to each other and they're feeling very happy that day. Then the aura of the room will be yellow, right? That energy they're feeling, that emotion they're feeling will affect the aura, right? Where maybe some of that yellow will go into the aura and mix with the blue and green of their original aura. I hope that makes sense, but that's kind of like what I'm seeing, and how those emotions can affect our energy field. So when we're around a person a lot and we're hugging them, we're kissing them, we're being around them, or just sitting next to them, our auras kind of merge with them, and then you'll see blue and green start to merge together and the auras look a little bit bluish green. That's what I'm talking about here, how when we're with a person a lot, our auras kind of intermingle with them and merge with them a little bit, and they become a part of us, metaphorically, right? Energetically. In our heart, they become part of us. So I'm seeing it like this. The people we surround ourselves with become a part of us. The emotions they bring out of us affect our auric field, affect our energy field, and whatever affects our energy field may also affect physical things that we cannot see. So say for instance, let's say I'm feeling an emotion of anger a lot, right? And that person brings out the feeling of anger in me all the time. It's a consistent happening. Maybe let's say I start to have some kind of chronic pain from that anger I'm holding onto because it is within my energy field. And it's not a physical happening with the Five of Pentacles reverse, but it's a spiritual case. And now I'm feeling it in my physical body because that emotion is stored in my physical body. So I'm seeing it like a situation like that in terms of maybe not people looking at it from the spiritual perspective, but I'm reading the spiritual energy behind this, where people are realizing that this person may bring out certain emotions within you that you may not want around you. This person may sometimes disappoint you, where you almost like look, or this is how they're viewing it, right? You almost look at this connection like it's supposed to be fulfilling and happy, and you're supposed to feel content with the Nine of Cups, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just feel disappointed. And with the Five of Cups reverse, it's like, I shouldn't be disappointed. I should be in love, you know? So it's kind of like we feel disappointed, but we don't want to feel disappointed by this person. So with the Page of Pentacles reverse, it's like Ten of Swords reversed. I don't know why. I'm hearing like we're running from this emotion, trying to not learn from it. Almost like trying to run away from it. Because the orange pants she's wearing kind of remind me of jail, right? Like when we're in a jail cell and we try to run away, almost like escape prison. It's like maybe people are viewing this connection as like a prison and you're trying to escape it, but some part of you doesn't want to escape it, and some part of you wants to escape the bad with this person, like the bad feelings you're experiencing, and experience the good feelings. It's very hard to explain, but I'm seeing it like this. Let's say we have a movie, and this movie is like a horror movie, or it's like a movie where bad things are happening in there, and we're trying to change the course of the movie to a romance movie, to I'm hearing telenova, or I don't know what that is, or like a movie that has like this fairy tale kind of energy. We're trying to change the movie, but it's like every time we run to change it, it doesn't happen the way we expect. So it's kind of like they're viewing you right now as you have a choice whether you will stay stuck in this connection within this quote unquote prison cell, or whether you will free yourself and liberate yourself from this, even though you have a genuine love for this person. So before we continue here, I'm going to pull some oracle cards off camera. I do just want to say, in the last month, only 41% of my viewers have subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy this video so far, then hit the subscribe button to not miss out on the videos I post daily. Thank you to everybody that supports my channel. I have so much gratitude for you and love for you and appreciation. So what else? Okay, I pulled 3 cards. We'll take a look at them now. We have clarity at the back of the deck with planning, releasing, illusion. So it's almost like people are thinking that maybe you're trying to gain clarity on if you should stay or if you should leave this behind, because your emotions are very much like in this, and you may almost feel like you don't understand the emotions you're feeling or why you're feeling certain emotions towards this person, which I do feel has to do with past lives energetically. I feel that as an intuitive message. Certain emotions you're feeling within this connection go back to past life, and it's very deep. It's like you have such deep emotions for this person, and some part of you wishes to stay in this connection, wishes to make this the fairy tale romance, or the kind of like, even if it's not a romance, you get what I mean? Like, wishes to make it that, but it's not that right now. And some part of you doesn't want to leave this person behind. So maybe people are viewing you as if you're gaining clarity on like if you should stay or if you should go. Trying to wait a little bit and decide and see, you know? So this is your card that you chose: Brilliant Beliefs, Luminous Life Force, Personal Power. So some people look at this and maybe they believe that you can change something or heal something within this connection if you want to. So some people that look at it from a different perspective look at it like, okay, maybe this person isn't in alignment to you now. Maybe the puzzle doesn't fit perfectly right now, but it doesn't mean it cannot change later on. Where maybe they believe that this connection does have some kind of love and some kind of powerful energy, that it can reach its wish fulfillment state, but maybe not right now. So I guess it just depends on the person looking in and their perspective. I had 3 tarot cards that fell on the floor right now. 8 of Cups reversed, Judgment reversed, 3 of Pentacles reversed. So 8 of Cups reversed is like some people looking at it like you don't want to leave. Judgment reversed, like you're not learning the lessons accompanied with this. And 3 of Pentacles reversed, where I almost hear it's not working, so why try to force it? So that's just their perspective. It may or may not be true. Keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. Divine Mother, nurturing compassion and grace. Twin flame, soul partner, eternal connection. I don't know if this pile believes in twin flames, but like you had the King of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Two of Cups, where they're literally like the same swan. So maybe some of you, this is about a twin flame connection, or some people think this is like a soulmate or some kind of divine partner that is meant to be in your life, but maybe now is not the right time. So some people are realizing that maybe you've met the right person, but at the wrong time, when you're both just not ready for this. Or that's just their perspective of it. 11:22 on the clock. Then Earth Magic, fearlessness and removing obstacles. So, like I said, it depends on the person's perspective looking in. Some people think, it's not worth it, just move on. But they're also not in your shoes, so they can't understand the emotions that go in this, right? And what I want to say for your pile as we end off is, some people may not always get what we see. Some people may not always see things the way we see it. I will say this: some people look in at this connection and see something that they would not like and think that you should not be in it. But that's something they would not like or they would not deal with. But it doesn't mean that's something that you would want to discard this person because of that. So, how do I explain this, Spirit? So other people have an opinion on this connection based on their own perspective of love, based on what they've been through in life, based on how they see love, and also how they want to be loved, what they've been through in terms of their pain. So they may be looking at it from a warped perspective of their own pain sometimes. Sometimes that happens. We can look at things from our own biases, and our opinion of what a person should have or should want or should do may not exactly be right for that person. Last night I read something, I have this other app that gives you horoscopes, and what I'm saying here resonates so perfectly with that message I read yesterday that I want to read it to you because maybe it was for your pile. Because I don't usually check this horoscope app, and yesterday I did for some reason. And it was actually for today's date. So it's so uncanny and weird, but let me read it to you. So it says, "Hello, the stars say that just because someone is overflowing with seemingly logical and rational advice does not yet mean it is right for you. Right now, you may be Right now, you may find yourself in a situation where a particular person disagrees with you, and they could have numerous reasons for why you are wrong. When one appears to have a lot of knowledge in a specific sphere or is speaking from a position of authority, it is easy to become persuaded. However, it still doesn't make their truth correct for you. That's the part that I remembered here. It still doesn't make their truth correct for you. It is beneficial to listen and consider what they need to say. If something rings true, it would be wise to use whatever value you see in it. Meanwhile, remain true to yourself and give yourself the credit you deserve." So what I take from that is like other people's opinions, I'm hearing from spirit, may not be what you need. They may have their own bias or opinion, but it may not be how you see things within your own connection. And with fearlessness removing obstacles, I do believe that some people are looking at this and spirit is looking at this like these obstacles can be removed. They can be liberated here with the horse, because horses represent liberation and freedom. But that is also up to you. And also, I feel like it's a very complicated situation where nobody's advice is, I don't want to say it's not going to help you, but you're not going to get clarity through other people's perspectives. You're going to get clarity through looking at this through your own lens of what you think is right for your own life. I hope that makes sense. Not making a decision based off what other people think, but based off what you think. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.